We are gonna go out to Massachusetts. We are gonna talk to Casey. Him is an atheist. Wants to talk to us. Says that they're a bit of a new atheist. So hey, we are gonna bring you on, Casey. You are chatting with Secularity and Jim Barrows. What's up?
Oh, glad. How are you guys doing? So
Good.
I have a question. It's a little bit complicated, but I'm gonna try to make it quick so you guys could understand a little background. 26 years being Muslim, joined the army, and then couldn't go to the mosque, so I went to a rabbi, and he converted me to atheist. Believe it or not, just because he said that maybe Islam copied from Judaism. So that
I love
clicked with me,
this.
and long story short, I became Muslim, became an atheist. But my issue is that when I was 14 years old, one of my best friends became blind. So there is a hadith from Muhammad saying that anyone that is blind becomes blind and suffers through his life is guaranteed paradise.
Mhm.
So I had a friend who was atheist but blind. I turned him Muslim by this. So he wanted to commit suicide. So giving him
Oh,
this
that's terrible.
gave him hope.
Sure.
At 14, nothing more I could give. So now when I tell him that I'm atheist and I give him proof and stuff, what I did all my homework. He thinks that I'm trying to steal paradise from him. So it's hard for me to communicate. He's just even trying to cut me off because of this. So it's a hard situation. I don't want to steal anything from him. I just cannot reach out.
Yeah, totally understand. And first off, Casey, I just want to say this real quick.
Yes, sorry, you are on mute, by the way.
Am I? Are you sure? I don't think so. Can you hear me?
You're still on mute.
I don't think so. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, we have no idea what's going on with SR. But anyway,
No, I can hear you.
So, yeah, I would say, do you think that if you were to deconvert him back to atheism, that he would be suicidal again?
I'm not even trying to make him an atheist. I'm just giving him my motive, like why I became atheist. But it looks like because Islam, I don't know if you guys have much knowledge. It gives you this that you cannot doubt. Like if you doubt, then you're a kafir. So he doesn't even want to entertain that thought. So
yeah. So let me just say this first off, Casey.
So
super easy. Hang on, Jim. Hold up,
do
Jim.
you think that if you continue doing this, that you will?
Jim, it's on your end. Just pause for 5 seconds. It's okay. Just pause for 5 seconds. So Casey, first off, I just want to say this. I appreciate that in your friend's time of need that you were there for them. Okay. You should not in any way, shape, or form feel bad about that. Yeah. Right. That is a very good thing. Okay. Second off, from that, I will then just say there are also a lot of secular options and a lot of non-religious things for any future times. If you happen to find yourself in that situation, there are a lot of non-religious things that you can do that could help that individual, right? So that you don't have to give them that religion. Okay. Just for future sake. Now, real quick, man, I know this ain't going to fill that hole or anything, but let me tell you this. Brother, you're not at fault. Like you don't need to be beating yourself up over the fact that you turned your buddy a believer when you were a believer. Dude, we've all done that. Every single one of us that was a believer. Yeah. We all turned shit ton. Do you know how many people Seth Andrews fucking convinced when he was on Christian radio for a decade and a half? A lot, you know? Yeah. So that happens. Don't worry about all that. Give yourself a little bit of grace on all that, okay? At the very least, give yourself a little bit of grace on all that. You were there for a friend in a meaningful time, and that is the most important thing.
So what hurts me the most is because I lost a friend with, he was diagnosed with cancer, and he cut me off when he knew that I was atheist. And it was hard to watch him die, and I couldn't talk or be for him the last few months. So this is kind of like a deja vu, but different situation, but kind of similar. So losing a friend, more like I'm not trying to convert. I'm just feel like I lost him. You know, like I lost my other friend.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that. Yeah, I totally understand that. And what I would say when it comes to trying to continue these conversations, right? One of the biggest things, a close buddy of mine, you know, he said this when he first came out as non-religious. He was hot. He was hot and heavy, and he was going after fucking anybody, man. And he wasn't pulling punches. I mean, he was swinging, man. That resulted, obviously, in some very difficult and tense conversations with some people that he really, really cares about. And he had to, at one point, take a big step back and go, hang on, wait a second. What is the most important thing to me in this moment? Is the most important thing to me in this moment being fucking right and dominating this stupid, weak-minded, like, is that what's the most important thing to me? Or is the most important thing to me my friend in front of me, right? My coworker, my neighbor, my mother, my partner? Is that what's more important to me? And if it is the first one, well, then honestly, Casey, I don't think you really need any help in that. I think you know exactly what to do. Like, if you want to dominate, motherfucker, go out there, read the books, listen to the philosophy, and listen to the experts. And, you know, hell yeah, you can go out there and be an asshole all the time, of course, you know? If what you care about is the connection that you're having with that person, that's harder. So.
Right. Yeah. The connection one, but also, like the way I see it now is him being blind and banging his head 5 times a day and spending most of his time in mosque for something that, like, I know he's blind, but he can enjoy life in different ways.
Absolutely.
Being blind and getting stuck in the mosque. So that's what hurts me and cutting me off, you know, like.
Yeah. And that's the hard part. And
but anyway,
you know, that's probably the part of the relationship you need to work on repairing. Because again, if the most important thing about you is your relationship with your friend, then your atheism has to take a back seat. And no, religious people don't do that. And we as atheists have to do that probably more often if we want to keep our relationships. But this is the problem with dealing with religious folks. Is you know, and yeah, it's probably worse in you know, with Muslims than it is most Christians. A lot of Christians tend to be more liberal along those lines, but there are those that are not, and so that becomes a question. I mean, we know fairly famous atheists who have had to cut their parents off and have no contact with their parents because they can't go there. And that's unfortunate for their parents. We know other atheists whose parents have cut them off, and cut their own child off. So, you know, that's kind of where you're at, I think, is you need to go figure out how to repair the relationship and just let him do what he's going to do and, you know, enjoy being his friend. And it sucks.
I understand. It sucks. I appreciate it. Yes. It just, as I said, I felt feeling guilty for something that I thought was right at the time. But now that I see him from distance, being blind and so getting stuck, wasting, in my opinion, his life, his moments. But yeah, it's
his life. Ultimately, your opinion of what he's doing with it doesn't matter.
Yeah, right. He gets to make his decisions. And honestly, just like, you know, look, Casey, there may be a time in the future from now. We don't know. There may be a time in the future you convert, you know, you convert back to Islam, you join Hinduism, whatever, man. I mean, it's possible that you'll regret some of the actions that you've done now in terms of leading people away from the faith. All you can do is the best you can with the knowledge that you have. And just like Maya Angelou says, when you know better, you do better, you know? And until then, all we can do is try to do the best that we freaking can right now. And I think it sounds to me like I think you're on that right track. I'll offer this as a potential for maybe something else to dig into the future if you'd like. There's this really cool book by this guy named David McCraney. It's called How Minds Change. And it's about the way that we engage with people and what methods are effective and what methods aren't. So maybe that's something you guys could read together, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, thank you so much, Casey, for calling into us. We greatly appreciate you, and I'm just gonna drop you like a hot rock. I'm so sorry if I cut you off. Yeah, you too, man. Thank you so much. I always end up cutting people off at the end. I never mean to do it purposefully, folks. It's totally accidental.